reported earlier this week on New Year's Eve, hundreds of Semitic-looking men allegedly molested German women in a number of cities. Cologne police say they have received 120 criminal complaints of sexual assaults. Today, the police chief of Cologne was forced to resign after charges he covered stuff up. Joining us on the phone from Berlin, Alan Hall, correspondent for the London Times. So what are the facts about the Mideast/Muslim immigrants being involved in this, Mr. Hall? What do we know for sure?
The women that were assaulted on New Year's Eve, almost to a woman, said that the appearance of the men who attacked them were stroke Arabic, stroke North African, stroke Middle Eastern. And today, they had 2 arrests, and on the phone of one person arrested, a 17-year-old, he had footage on his mobile phone of the assaults, and he also had translations written on a piece of paper from Arabic to German saying, quotes, "I like your breasts," quotes, "I will kill you." Very chilling messages. And it seems that this was organised, perhaps not completely, in a mob of 1,000 people, but it had become an organised criminal thing that happened in various cities in Germany on that night. In Hamburg,
can you link it into Islamic terrorism or fanaticism? Can you make that leak?
I wouldn't be able to do that, I'm afraid.
Okay, all right. So that link hasn't been established. What's been established is mostly Arabic men involved. And, of course, we all know that, in that world, Islam is a dominant religion. But we haven't got, I want to be clear, any link to any ISIS or any Islamic jihad or anything like that. Okay.
No, but what we do have is the fact that the German police really did try to cover up the fact that...
Sure, the police chief fired today.
Yeah, but they tried to cover up the fact...
Why would the cops try to cover it up?
Because the social fabric of Germany is stretched very thin at the moment. They've taken in over 1 million people. Angela Merkel is all happy-clappy. This is okay. We can do this. This is the singular theme of her. But... we know, and you know, that hostels are being burned, that people are being attacked, that the people in the street do not believe this. And, of course, the Germans, bearing in mind the weight of guilt they carry for World War II, wanted to show that we are one, that we are a nation of welcome. But the welcome is wearing thin when you have people, and on the night it's now emerged that several officers approached these men and they had no identity cards and no passports, and the only form of identity they had was their registration card from an asylum center.
All right, so they were refugees from Syria and Iraq, taken in by the Germans, participating allegedly in these sexual assaults. All right, Mr. Hall, we appreciate it as always, and we're going to continue on the story, and I think it's an enormous story. So let's bring in Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters from Washington, who's been following it for us. This isn't just in Cologne or Hamburg or Germany. These refugees that flooded into Europe, millions of them, are causing trouble in other countries as well. Isn't that true?
Yeah, it is indeed, Bill. And it appears, at least to me, that all these New Year's Eve events must have been coordinated in an Arabic language chat room website. You had it not just in Germany, in Helsinki, Finland, which was an utter shock to the Finns. You had it in Salzburg, Austria, where, sound of music country, where apparently the hills are alive with the sound of sexual assault. It happened in Stuttgart, in Düsseldorf, in Hamburg, in Germany, in Cologne, where the number of assaults is now over 170 alleged assaults. But the worst for the Germans was it's now emerged, and they tried to cover this up too, in Weil am Rhein, which is a small city down on the Swiss border in Germany. 2 adolescent girls, 14 and 16 German girls, were raped by 4 Syrians, in other words, asylum seekers, on New Year's Eve. Beyond that...
have they been charged with those crimes, Colonel?
They will be. There's evidence of those guys.
So 4 Syrian refugees in a small German town on the Swiss border will be, according to you, charged with raping underage girls.
It appears that way. I have not yet read...
Okay, we want to be careful here,
from a child.
Right.
Okay, yeah, of course we do. But the evidence sounds overwhelming. I do not know the formal charges have been lodged. But beyond that, the government's house of cards is collapsing. They've also been playing down rapes refugee on refugee rapes or asylum seeker on asylum seeker rapes in the hostels, in the camps.
How do we know that, violence. Colonel? How do we know they were playing that down?
Because it is, well, we know because it's the reports are coming out more and more, and I follow the German media every day, virtually every day, and reports keep coming out, and the government kind of tries to play them down. It's not that the government's trying a total cover-up, but they're trying to say, oh, it's okay, we can handle this, it's not that big a problem. But it is, and like the average American, when it comes to our claims that, Islamist terror has nothing to do with Islam, in Germany, when they try to say that, these assaults have nothing to do with asylum seekers, it just doesn't play. And by the way, this is not about Islamist terrorism. You're right on that. You're right to ask that question. What it is about is a true clash of civilizations. And we must distinguish, and the Germans and Europeans must, between legitimate refugees and people who are out, just hustlers. I mean, these young, uneducated Muslim males of military age are not refugees. They are invaders culturally.
All right, Colonel. We appreciate it. As always, thank you when we come.